Case 6 na tayo sa ating integration by trigonometric transformation. At ang case 6 ay integral of tangent raised to m of u secant raised to n of u du, or integral of cotangent raised to m of u cosecant raised to n of u du, where m here is an odd positive integer. Mga transformations natin kailangan, tangent squared u equals secant squared u minus 1, or cotangent squared u equals cosecant squared u minus 1. Let us have example para sa case na ito, So, example number 1, meron tayong integral of secant raised to 2/3 of x tangent cubed of x dx. Okay? So, solve natin to. So, dito, yung m natin equals 3. M equals 3. Positive odd power. At yung ating n ay yung exponent ng secant 2/3. Gagamit tayo ng transformation na tangent squared u equals secant squared u minus 1. So, meron tayong integral of secant raised to 2/3 of x, and then tangent cubed of x dx. Ang hint sa case na ito, kinakailangan nating mag-factor out ng isang secant x at saka ng isang tangent x para sa example na ito, So, equal din ito sa integral of tangent squared x, tangent squared x. Ayan. So, dahil maglalabas tayo ng isang tangent x sa tangent cubed of x, So, magkakaroon tayo ng tangent squared x times tangent of x. Itong secant raised to 2/3, maglalabas din tayo ng isang secant x dito. At yung secant raised to 2/3, secant raised to 2/3 of x. Equal din ito sa secant raised to 3 over 3 of x times secant raised to negative 1/3 of x, or secant of x secant raised to negative 1/3 of x, secant raised to negative 1/3 of x. Okay? So, kukuha tayo ngayon dito ng isang secant of x. So, ang matitira dito ay yung secant raised to negative 1/3 of x pag ating ipinactor out itong secant of x, So, secant raised to negative 1/3 of x dx. Okay? Gagamit na tayo ngayon ng transformation para sa tangent squared. At ang tangent squared equals secant squared minus 1. So, I will have secant squared of x minus 1. And then times secant to the negative 1/3 of x. Secant to the negative 1/3 of x secant of x, tangent of x, dx. After that, itong secant to the power of negative 1/3 of x, secant of x, tangent x dx, mumultiply natin dito sa secant squared x minus 1 at pag-iwalay natin ang integration. Magkakaroon tayo ng integral of, so secant squared x times secant to the negative 1/3 of x, secant x, tangent x dx. Iring secant to the negative 1/3 x at saka secant squared x, mumultiply natin, So, i-add natin yung kanilang exponents. So, itong 2, gagawin natin 6 over 3. So, 6 over 3 plus negative 1/3. So, that's 5 over 3. So, magkakaroon tayo ng secant raised to 5 over 3. 5 over 3. And then, times secant x, tangent x, dx. And then minus, integral of, so 1 times secant to the negative 1/3 of x times secant x, tangent x dx. So, meron tayong integral of secant to the negative 1/3 of x, secant x, tangent x dx. Okay, so dito sa mga integral na ito, pag nag-let u tayo equals secant of x, magkakaroon tayo ng derivative na secant x tangent x dx. So, magiging integrable na yung bawat integral na ito by power rule. So, let u equals secant of x. Secant of x. Itong may mga power na 5/3 at saka negative 1/3. Yung base na secant, yun yung ating nilet u, So, ang du natin ay secant x, tangent x, dx. So, ito yun. Ito yung ating mga du. Secant x, tangent x, dx. After that, susulat natin in terms of u, yung bawat integral na yan, So, magkakaroon tayo ng integral of. So, sa una, we let u equal secant x. Tapos, meron tayong exponent na 5 over 3. Tapos, itong term na secant x, tangent x dx equals siya sa du. And then, minus, And then, integral sign, another secant, yung base natin, equals siya sa u. Tapos, naka-raised siya sa negative 1/3. Tapos, yung secant x, tangent x dx, equals siya sa du. At pwede na tayo ngayong mag-integrate. So, pag nag-integrate tayo, we add 1 to the exponent by power rule. So, we will have u raised to 8 over 3 divided by 8 over 3 or times 3 over 8. And then minus u raised to negative 1/3 plus 1 ay 2/3. And then divided by 2/3 or times 3 over 2. And then plus c. After that, ibabalik natin yung value ng u na secant x. So, magkakaroon tayo ng final answer na 3 over 8 secant to the power of 8 over 3 of x minus 3 over 2. and then secant to the power of 2/3 of x, and then plus c. And this is now our answer. 3/8 secant raised to 8/3 of x minus 3/2 secant to the 2/3 of x plus c. Okay, next, example 2 tayo sa ating case number 6. So, ang ating problem, integral of cotangent to the 5th of y cosecant to the negative 3 of y dy. So, dito, yung ating m, yung exponent ng ating cotangent ay 5, at yung ating n ay negative 3. So, gagamit tayo dito ng transformation na cotangent squared equals cosecant squared minus 1. So, meron tayong integral of cotangent to the 5th of y, and then cosecant to the negative 4 of y dy. So, ang hint, maglalabas tayo o magpa-factor out tayo ng isang cosecant of y at saka ng isang cotangent of y. Lalabas natin isang cosecant of y, cotangent of y dy. So, dito sa cotangent, matitira nito ng cotangent to the 4th of y. At sa cosecant naman, matitiran tayo ng cosecant to the negative 4 of y. Sorry, this must be negative 3, Ito. Puray natin to. Ating problem, ang ating n, ang exponent ng cosecant ay negative 3, not negative 4. Negative 3. Negative 3. So, itong cosecant to the negative 3 of y, pag kinuhanan natin ng isang cosecant of y, yung cosecant to the negative 3 of y equal din ito sa cosecant to the negative 4 of y, and then times cosecant of y. Yan. So, pag nilabas natin itong cosecant of y, ang matitira sa cosecant to the negative 3 of y ay itong cosecant to the negative 4 of y. Masyadong malayo ito. Lapit natin ng bahagya ito. Okay? So, dito, itong cotangent to the 4th of y, dahil gagamitin natin yung cotangent squared equals cosecant squared minus 1, ang gagawin natin ay ifa-factor natin into cotangent squared, or cotangent squared of y squared. And then times cosecant to the negative 4 of y, cosecant of y, cotangent of y, dy. So, gagamit na tayo ngayon ng transformation para sa cotangent squared. cosecant squared minus 1. Integral of cosecant squared of y minus 1 quantity squared. And then cosecant to the fourth to the negative 4. Negative 4. Of y, and then cosecant of y, cotangent of y, dy. Tapos, expand natin itong cosecant squared of y minus 1 squared. So, magkakaroon tayo ng cosecant to the fourth of y minus 2 cosecant squared of y, and then plus 1. And then times cosecant to the negative 4 of y, cosecant of y cosecant of y and then cotangent of y dy. Tapos na itong cosecant to the negative 4 of y, cosecant of y, cotangent of y dy, multiply natin dito sa cosecant to the fourth of y minus 2 cosecant squared of y plus 1. At pag-ihiwa-hiwalay natin yung integration ng bawat term. So dito, pag multiply natin yung cosecant to the fourth of y sa cosecant to the negative 4 of y, magkakaroon tayo ng cosecant raised to 0 or 1, So, matitiran lang ay 1 times cosecant y, cotangent y dy. So, magkakaroon tayo ng integral of cosecant y, cotangent y dy. Cosecant of y, cotangent of y dy. And then minus, So, cosecant to the negative 4 of y, cosecant of y, cotangent y dy, times 2 cosecant squared y. So, i-add natin yung exponent ng cosecant squared at cosecant to the fourth. So, magkakaroon tayo ng cosecant raised to negative 2 of y, and then cosecant of y, cotangent of y dy. Cotangent of y dy. And then plus, And then 1 times cosecant to the negative 4 of y, cosecant y, cotangent y dy. So, magkakaroon tayo ng integral of cosecant to the negative 4 of y, cosecant of y, cotangent of y dy. So, dito, let u now equals cosecant of y. Yung may exponent na negative 2 saka negative 4. Yung base nung mga yun yung ating u. Cosecant of y. And then our du, ang derivative ng cosecant of y ay negative cosecant of y, cotangent of y dy. Yan. And then, of course, we'll have negative du equals cosecant of y, cotangent of y dy. So, lagay natin yung negative dito sa labas, o sa du. Lagay na natin sa du. So, negative du equals cosecant of y, cotangent of y dy. Tapos, lapit natin ito ng bagya. Okay? Tapos nun, itong ating mga integral, susulat na natin in terms of u. So, meron tayong integral sign. No? Yung cosecant y, cotangent y dy, you see it is equal to negative du. Negative du. And then minus 2. Tapos meron tayong integral sign. And then cosecant of y, but we let that equal to u. Raised to negative 2. Tapos, yung cosecant y, cotangent y dy, itong term na ito, no, equal siya sa negative du. So, negative, magiging positive ito, no. And then, plus, no, integral of cosecant to the negative 4 of y. But cosecant y equals u. And then raised to negative 4 at itong cosecant y, cotangent y dy ay negative du. So, negative times positive, magiging negative. Ano? Pagkatapos nun, mag-i-integrate na tayo, no? So, integral of du equals u. And then, plus 2. Integral of u to the negative 2 is u to the negative 1 divided by negative 1. And then minus, no, integral of u to the negative 4 ay u to the negative 3 divided by negative 3 and then plus 1. No? Pagkatapos noon, no, let's plug in the value of u cosecant y. So, magkakaroon tayo ng negative cosecant of y. And then, positive 2 divided by negative 1 is negative 2. Tapos, meron tayong u. Ang u natin, cosecant of y. To the negative 1 of y.